the first topic we're going to talk about, go ahead and put the title on your notes, is called the distributive property. You may be familiar with it. The distributive property is when I have terms inside parentheses and I have a number on the outside, and I multiply the number on the outside of the parentheses by each term on the inside. That's the process. I'll show you. Go ahead and take your paper and fold it in half this way, the long way, so that you have a crease down the center and you have two columns on your paper. So now I have two columns. Just so you can see it, I'm going to just draw a light line. You don't need to. I'm going to do some examples and then you're going to try some problems. So this is my examples column and then practice column. And your paper should just look exactly like mine. So let's go ahead and do an example of distributive property. Here's our first one. I have 7 on the outside of my parentheses. On the inside I have 5x plus 4. Here's how the distributive property works. I'm going to take this number on the outside and I'm going to multiply it by each term on the inside. This is a term and this is a term. So I'm going to multiply it by 5x and I'm also going to multiply it, when I'm on the outside, by the other term. So you just do this one at a time. 7 times 5x, I'm going to do 7 times 5 is 35, and there's an x, plus 7 times 4 is 28. And that's it. That's all you're doing. I'm totally done right now. You try. Try 6 times 3 plus 2x. Pause the video, try it, and then press play. So right now you should pause, try it, and press play. And this is what you should have gotten. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 2x is 12x. And that's it. Let's try another example. Next example. Negative 3 times 2 minus 4x. You take the number on the outside and multiply it by each number on the inside. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. Now this is negative 3 times negative 4. This negative is attached to the 4. So a negative times a negative is a positive. 3 times 4 is 12. There's x. This is 12x. Okay, negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. Here's your problem to try. Once you write the problem, pause the video, try it, and then check it. Here's what you should have gotten. Negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. And there's an x. Negative 4 times positive 5. Negative times a positive is a negative. 4 times 5 is 20. Another example. Negative 3x minus 7. This is an interesting case. There doesn't seem to be a number on the outside to multiply by. However, this negative sign indicates that there is something that we need to do because that negative sign needs to get distributed. We can imagine this invisible space here as a 1. There's an imaginary 1 there. We know that multiplying by 1 doesn't actually do anything, right? Like 5 times 1 is just 5, 6 times 1 is 6, and so on. So I can pretend there's a 1 here. I'm going to just rewrite it. And then I can distribute. Negative 1 times 3x. Right? So negative times a positive is a negative. So negative 1 times 3x is negative 3x. And now negative 1 times negative 7, negative times a negative is a positive. This becomes positive. Now you try. Pause and try it. Here's what you should have gotten. Oops, let me rewrite first. Negative 1 times negative 2x plus 6. And then I'm going to distribute. Negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. Negative 1 times positive 6 is negative 6. And that one's done. We have one last example. In this example, the math is the same. It's the same process. But sometimes you'll see a pair of parentheses, and then the multiplication is written afterwards. This is the same thing. I'm still distributing the number on the outside to the numbers on the inside. So I'm going to multiply 4 times negative 3x and 4 times 1. So 4 times negative 3x is negative 12x. 4 times 1 is 4. And that's problem is complete. You try. Try this, pause it, and try it. And here's what you should have gotten. And that's it. If you have questions about the distributive property, any clarifying questions, please pause, raise your hand, and ask now, because we're going to move on to another topic.